You believe you decide. Yet so much has already been decided for you. The streets you take without thinking, the words you repeat, the loops that carry you back to the same place, habits that live you more than you live them. Die. If you're not in command, something else is. Today isn't a tutorial, it's a mirror. And once you see what's inside, you can't unsee it. Stay with me to the end, because the person who presses play is not the same person who walks away. Your brain wasn't built to make you happy. It was built to keep you alive. Conserves energy, chooses shortcuts, recycles the familiar because familiar once meant safe. That instinct saves you in a crisis, and quietly cages you when life calls for courage. Self-sabotage isn't a monster under the bed. It's a poorly trained security guard at the gate of your potential, always on alert, almost always overreacting. It whispers, "Not now, you're not ready. Tomorrow will be better." While you negotiate with those voices, life keeps moving, quietly, efficiently, without mercy. If part of you is already working against you, who's actually steering when you think you're at the wheel? Look at the prisons the mind builds. Comfort masquerading as safety of the room where nothing threatens you and nothing transforms you. The economy of effort, the brain-loving repetition because it's cheaper. Every escape teaching your body to run faster next time. Labels that harden into identity anxious, undisciplined, not a morning person words, turning into chains. The politics of approval trading, your root for applause that doesn't matter. The phantom deadline, the tomorrow that never arrives, the perfect future used to avoid the imperfect present. Comfort can feel like a luxury, but it's often just a cell with pillows. A prison you don't notice is a prison you never escape. Your days run on loops. Thought becomes emotion. Emotion becomes impulse. Impulse becomes action. Action yields relief. Relief teaches your brain, this works, so it asks for a replay. Loops don't break with magic phrases. They change when you introduce a replacement pattern. Name what's happening. Interrupt it. Install a micro-action in the opposite direction. The brain doesn't respect promises. It respects proof. Inside you, two forces compete. The guardian of the past loves routine, distrusts the unfamiliar, keeps you alive in storms, and quietly undermines you in sunlight. The architect of the future builds bridges to horizons you can't yet see, demands discipline, patience, investment, and discomfort that matters. Every choice feeds one of them. Avoidance feeds the guardian. Courage feeds the architect. The real question isn't what you want tomorrow, it's who you're feeding today. Discipline isn't punishment. It's architecture. Motivation lights the spark. Discipline raises the walls. You don't need endless willpower. You need an environment designed for victory. Hide the shortcuts to distraction. Put distance between you and the easy escapes. Make what matters unavoidable. One protected block of time every date 1 of 5. 2 50-minutes where nothing touches your focus. Begin before you feel ready. End with one clear next step staged for tomorrow. Mark the win, even if it's small. Geometry in motion 1 degree per day. Doesn't look like much until your horizon is turned. If something in you is waking up, don't just listen, participate. Write a single line somewhere, you will see it. I am the type of person who finishes what I start. Say it out loud. Type it in the comments. Make it visible so your brain has to answer to it. Emotions arrive like weather. Don't control the first wave, but you do control the shore you stand on. Name what's here: frustration, anxiety, anger. Give it 90 seconds of deeper, slower breathing while you hold an open posture. Then move one small action that points you toward the life you want. You are not the ocean, you're the lighthouse. Identity is a sentence you complete each day. I am the type of person who, your mind tracks congruence. If your actions contradict your words, it labels you unreliable. If your actions confirm your words in tiny ways, it upgrades your trust in yourself. 3 days in a row, and a seed of identity takes root. 30 days and a foundation forms. You don't manufacture self-esteem. You honor it by keeping the promises you make to yourself. Forget polished perfection. Choose execution. Make a 90-day pact. One primary objective that is measurable and clear. One daily block dedicated to it. One simple metric you can count. 1 day off each week to recover. No shame, debt miss. A day return the next. No drama. 90 days will pass anyway. Let them pass in your favor. The end you won, T. Just have results ULL have a new operator running the panel behind the scenes. And this time it works for you. Notice the curve where the old and the new touch. It's subtle, easy to miss. It's called now. You can keep waiting for the perfect day, the perfect mood, the perfect setup. Or you can tell yourself the truth. Perfection is an excuse dressed in clean clothes. A mind without command eats you in small bites. One more delay, one more delay, one more tomorrow. By the time you look up, half the map is gone. Today isn't for promises, it's for beginnings. Start small, start clumsy, start real. The world doesn't respect intention, it respects existence. If this message is shaping something in you, stay close. Subscribe, turn on notifications, share this with one person who needs a key. The more of us who change the inner code, the more the world outside has to respond. There is a darker room behind the stage lights, the place where your subconscious edits what you see and what you miss. You can read books, take courses, repeat affirmations, and still snap back to the old script because the backstage hasn't changed. The subconscious doesn't answer to logic. It answers to repeated emotion. Childhood scripts written in sensations, not words. A cold face when you tried to speak. A slammed door when money came up. A laugh when you showed your work. If success felt dangerous, visibility felt risky, or love felt conditional, the backstage is still protecting a younger you. It isn't punishing you, it's guarding you with an outdated map. Deep change requires safety. Teach your body that new patterns are survivable. Approach the same situations and feel differently inside them. Calmer breath, slower pace, softer shoulders, clearer words. That's experience-dependent neuroplasticity. Not thinking your way out, but re-feeling your way through. Next time rejection flares, don't sprint. Observe, breathe. Tell yourself this feeling is old, but the choice is new. Then take one step that proves its end. The message, open the file, speak one sentence. The brain updates its map through repetition, consistency, and emotional intensity. It's not magic, it's mechanics. Under the noise, there's a voice in you that has never screamed. It only ever whispered, waiting for you to stop running long enough to hear it. It isn't fear or borrowed guilt or practiced self-punishment. It's the part of you that existed before comparison. The part that doesn't need to earn worth. You don't need to fight to become better. You need to stop fighting who you are. Real reprogramming isn't inventing a new self. It's remembering the self you were before the edits. Close your eyes for a breath. Feel the edges of your body. Feel the silence between your thoughts. What? Notice the space between who you have been and who you are about to become. That space has a name. Possibility. Inside it, one question. Are you ready to step out of the cycle of repetition and into the cycle of creation? If your answer is yes, make it concrete.
Right.
Today's date with a sentence that binds action to identity. Today, I gave myself permission to prosper. I am the author of my new story. It starts now. The future doesn't respond to doubt. It responds to your dominant energy. From this moment forward, each thought is a brick. Each decision is a line on the map. Each yes to yourself is a step toward the life that has been calling you in silence. The world outside won't instantly transform. Bills will still be due. Challenges will stay on the board. But your state is different, and that changes everything. Remember your older version, the one who carried guilt that wasn't yours, who apologized for existing, who survived by swallowing words and postponing dreams. Honor that version. It kept you standing when no one saw. Then let it rest. The better version, the one that rebuilds, transforms, leads, radiates, receives, has work to do. You have two options. Close this and fall back into the loop. Or stand up and sign a new contract with your life. You don't need to know how everything will unfold. You only need to decide who you'll be while it unfolds. Start the 90-day pact. Protect one daily block. Feed the architect. Starve the guardian. And when the first resistance arrives, it will meet it with one sentence you can say, even in a whisper. I finish what I start. If this resonated, share it with someone who needs it. Write your sentence where you can't avoid it. Subscribe so we keep building this corridor together, 1 degree at a time. If your life were a book, this is the chapter where the protagonist stops surviving and starts awakening. Will you repeat another cycle or author a new era? The choice is yours. It always has been.